In this tour, we look at how Changeroo works. Changeroo is a platform and tool that assists purpose-driven organizations, programs and projects to develop high-quality theories of change, perform impact management with theory of change at the center, and to foster a culture and mindset of TOC thinking in which critical reflection and learning take the center stage. During this tour, we consecutively look at the screen layout, the menu, TOC visualization, and strategy narratives. Tutorials zoom in on more specific features. You can find these tutorials on the TOC Academy.
This is the central screen from which we work. There are essentially three main components: the menu on the left, the vision of success at the top, and the canvas where we build our theory of change visualization. The first part of the menu contains an introduction to theory of change, presenting several animations, such as what a TOC is and the different development steps involved. The expert lenses contain more in-depth guiding content divided over several topics. These four items offer guiding content about building our TOC visualization. The change process discusses the outcomes and impacts and their interdependencies, while the theory of action looks at the interventions, so the activities and inputs that seek to activate the change process and steer it in a certain direction. Then there are also the influences of the context on all of this. And lastly, guiding content discusses how to organize all of that into coherent pathways. All of this guiding content is there for your perusal. It can be minimized so that we can focus on building our TOC rather than read about developing one. The menu continues with the general narrative. The general narrative holds all the information that is applicable to the theory of change as a whole. It is divided into 4 parts, with for each part again guiding content. In short, the vision of success represents our dream, so the vision that we work towards to. It's good to start our vision of success with a strong statement. This statement will show up at the top of the screen to indicate what this theory of change is working towards to. The situation analysis is where we often start the development of our theory of change. After all, we need to understand the existing situation. The purpose and scope are about the reason we are building our theory of change, as well as the boundaries of our TOC. The change story is where we build a textual summary of our TOC visualization. There is a content page for each of the 4 components of the general narrative. These pages start out empty, and it's up to us to fill them with relevant content. They have an attractive, intuitive user interface with a drag and drop system where you can add text paragraphs and headers, but we will soon be adding the option to add images, videos, tables, and other kinds of content elements. One aspect to highlight is the little lock in the corner. Here you determine who has the right to edit the content page. Look at our tutorial for more information on this. But let's now move on to how to build a TOC visualization. To add a box, make sure you are in Edit view. You can then double-click anywhere on the canvas to create a new box. This opens a form at the bottom of the screen where you can specify all kinds of details, such as the text inside the box, the stakeholder it involves, the type of box, and you can also change this typology in the user portal, and some other details. If you're unfamiliar with nested TOCs, I recommend looking at the tutorial on this topic. To again unselect the box, you can click anywhere else on the canvas. Important to note that all of this happens in real time, So someone else looking at this theory of change on their computer will see changes that you make in real time and vice versa. Once we have multiple boxes, we can create relationships between them. Each box has anchor points. Click on one of the anchor points and hold your mouse button pressed, then drop it on one of the anchor points of the other box. If you drop it on the central anchor point, there's an algorithm within the tool that will calculate the path of the relationship. If you drop it on one of the other anchor points, it will always connect to that specific anchor point. Each relationship has an information circle. We can move this circle over the relationship to move it to its desired position. To select a relationship, we click on this information circle. Just like with boxes, we can then specify information about the relationship, such as the rationale behind the relationship and certain relationship properties. If we would like the relationship to connect with a different anchor point, we first select the relationship and then pick up the endpoint and drop it on the anchor point that we want to connect with. If we don't have a relationship selected and we click on one of the anchor points, we are creating a new relationship.
There is one more essential topic we need to explore, something that in Changeroo are called strategy narratives. Concealed behind the TOC visualization is detailed information on topics such as validation, assumptions, and indicators. This is information of strategic importance to our TOC's capacity to create societal value. In contrast to the general narrative, it involves information that applies to a specific box or relationship of our TOC.
For example, if we wanted to add an important assumption underneath the relationship, we first select the relationship and then select the appropriate topic. Now we can build a content page with all of the information about this assumption. If we have multiple assumptions underneath the same relationship, we can add multiple pages. The strategy narratives show up in different ways. An overview of the pages is given in the menu. For boxes, the icons are displayed in the form below, as well as inside the boxes on the canvas. This way, we can directly click through from the TOC visualization to the information underneath. Similarly, for relationships, there's a hover effect from which we can click through to the information. Small dots inside the information circle indicate the availability of information. That's it. You have now seen some of the main features of the tool. So now explore Changeroo further and use it to build capacity for impact management together with your stakeholders. Good luck!